What's up, party people? It is Jerry. It's your boy. It's your man. It's your uncle. Yeah, so check it out. I'm chilling outside waiting for Ryan, and I figured now would be a perfect opportunity to talk about a little movie I saw recently. My mustache is out of control. So recently I was treated to a screening of a movie called Welcome to the Jungle. I am using my hand a lot. Recently, some friends took me to see Welcome to the Jungle, which many of you might know as the new Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, which it kind of is. This movie is about sort of a team-building exercise gone wrong. Ryan just texted me. So basically, this movie is sort of about like a team-building exercise gone awry. A bunch of co-workers are sent to this sort of wilderness survivalism thing that's led by Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's like really tough and ex-military, and hilarity ensues. And this is a pretty cool movie. It's got Adam Brody from the OC. What you say? That you only meant well, of course you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, because it is. Adam Brody is in this as the lead character, and then Rob Hubel, who you might recognize from UCB and a whole bunch of other things. And then a bunch of different comedic people you might recognize. Kristen Schaal is in this. Dennis Haysbert pops up for a minute. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in it. But this movie is a lot of fun, man. It's interesting. It's the kind of comedy we see a lot nowadays, but with a little more of an indie edge. Like, it's totally an independent movie. The guy who wrote this movie, whose name is Jeff Kaufman, at least according to IMDb, this is his first writing credit. And the director, Rob Meltzer, I think it's his first feature, or at least first, feature of this sort. It's well done, it has that sort of independent, sort of understatedness, this sort of earnestness. Like, it's not quite zany in your face all the time. It's still got a lot of that sort of bantery humor, and it's got that slightly absurdist sense of humor. But it's also really tonally varied in some cool ways. I mean, basically they get stranded on this island when they find out that not everything about this trip is as it should be, let's put it that way. Not everything is on the level. And so they're basically forced to actually forage and survive on a deserted island full of animals and things. Over the course of the movie and stuff, like, you watch society break down. It's almost like Lord of the Flies in a sense. And so you watch these people get all primitive, and they start to form tribes, and they sort of split into two camps. One which is the insane, just survivalist... Oh, Ryan's going. Hello? Over the course of the movie, as this trip goes more and more awry, like they're forced to divide up into two camps, one of which is led by Adam Brody, who's already sort of that guy around the office who's smart and creative and genial, but he keeps getting trampled over by, other people with bigger personalities, like Rob Hubel, who is sort of his foil throughout the movie, and who basically goes to the exact opposite side of the spectrum. And it's interesting because there are certain moments, and this is where the direction gets cool, is like there are certain moments where they're doing these tribal things, and they're like dancing around fires and like sacrificing stuff. And the direction, like, you actually do feel uncomfortable, like the way it's captured and the way the music is and the way they approach those elements is completely in earnest and completely committed. And so it's a funny movie, but it's also like jarring at times when it's appropriate. So that variance is really cool. It's a nifty little indie comedy. The performances are all good. Adam Brody's really likable. Everybody is funny. Everybody is on point, and it's a lot of fun as a movie. The one thing that that might take some people aback, I went into this not knowing a thing about it other than Jean-Claude Van Damme is in it. And to say it's the new Jean-Claude Van Damme movie is kind of misleading, only because he's definitely in it. He's definitely a prominent character. Let's just say that he doesn't have as much screen time due to certain plot points. However, he is so funny in this movie, and I really hope he does more stuff like this, because Jean-Claude Van Damme is really good with comedy in this movie, and I really hope he starts to do more of this kind of work. You do wish he was on screen more, but the rest of the movie is good enough and the rest of the actors hold their own enough that it's okay. And whenever Jean-Claude Van Damme is on screen, it is a treat. Because he's still badass, but when it's a little more over the top and when he's laughing about it, it makes it that much more enjoyable. So if you get a chance, I'd say definitely check this movie out. It's a lot of fun. It's got a cool indie edge to it, but it's also, you know, got a lot of humor and banter and some really cool sort of direction and stuff like that. The writing is funny and sharp. All the performances are good in their various comedic elements and everything. Everybody's, you know, it's a solid little indie comedy, and I hope more people see it because it's a lot of fun. And like I said, I really hope Jean-Claude Van Damme takes more work like this because he is so good at it. So yeah, if you've seen it, definitely, you know, hit up the comments box and let me know what you think. But yeah, that's it until next time. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Check us out on all the various social forums, and I will see you next time. Welcome to the jungle. Cheers.